The rise and fall of Madden Mobile, the complete history. When I saw this video dropped, I knew I had to react to it. I have not watched it yet. It was made by Very Berry TV, and I think I'm seeing my own Torrey Holt clip as the very first clip. I can't believe I'm explaining this because I've been on YouTube so long that some people actually don't know, but MMG stands for Madden Mobile God, and my first 300 videos were all Madden Mobile. Most of you know that, but I'm really excited to watch this video.
Torrey Holt!
Torrey Holt! Deion Sanders, Derek Carr, Bo Jackson, Golden Ticket, Leroy Glover,
Oh my God!
the Kaepernick legend, Antonio Gates,
Madden
Golden
Mobile,
Ticket.
a game that once dominated app stores, bringing in millions of dollars per year. Now, the game's just a ghost town. But how did it end up like this?
The game is a
Join me
ghost
as we
town.
look into the rise and fall of Madden Mobile.
It is so
and
funny.
figure
This
out
game is
just
so
where it all
dog
went
shit
wrong.
now.
Now, before we get into the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. This video took me over 3 months to make, so I'd appreciate any support.
I'm sorry, but as a YouTuber critique, why the hell would I like and subscribe before I've seen your video? I don't know if this video sucks or not yet. So keep that shit in your pants.
Well, let's be nice.
Part 1, the beginning.
Meags'
Madden
first attempt at a mobile
Mobile.
card collecting game came out November 1st, 2012, with Madden 13 Social. This game introduced core features to the series like the auction house and head-to-head drives, which both would become staples to future Madden mobiles. Now, there isn't much to say about this game because it wasn't a great game.
It was shit.
It was littered with pop-up ads everywhere. The gameplay was buggy. There weren't many
Bro, if you remember when iOS buttons looked like this, you might be Unk status. Be the most wanted. Outrun cops.
pop-up ads everywhere. The gameplay was buggy. There weren't many promos, card art, and the game was just laggy. Overall, this game didn't offer anything of value, and it was just there for EA to advertise their other games. This game wasn't popular, and for good reason.
True.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Madden Mobile 25 was
Although
low-key pretty
Madden 13
good.
Social wasn't a success, EA came back again a year later on August 27th, 2013, and dropped a new and improved game, Madden NFL Mobile 25.
It's
Now,
low-key
EA
good.
really outdid themselves on this one. The whole game was a vast improvement over 13. They added actual promos, updated the card arts and graphics, and got rid of those annoying pop-up ads that littered 13. Overall, they made this more like an actual Madden game instead of whatever Madden 13 Social was trying to be. Now, content-wise, Madden Mobile 25 was a huge step up over 13, which had basically nothing in it. Solo challenges, season mode, and sets all got...
I just want to step in and say this. If you've ever played a mobile game of a really popular console game and you wondered why it looked so similar, because a lot of times what these companies do is they take like an old baseline core of a game from a previous console and then they load it onto your phone. So I remember when Madden Mobile came out, a lot of people said, yo, this is just like the PS2 Madden. This is just like Madden 07. You know, these mini games look like a lot like Madden 07. That's because Madden Mobile for a long time was basically just fucking Madden 07 or 08. I don't remember which one it was, but they literally just took the core of Madden 07 on the PS2 and they stuck it on your phone. That's why all this shit on Madden 25 Mobile looks so similar to stuff you remember from older Maddens, if you ever played them.
added and would become staples in future Madden mobiles.
Denard Robinson.
The auction house was also greatly improved.
Like, I don't think EA realizes this, but it is so fucking iconic to just have a standard looking card. I feel like they've always tried so hard to go over the top, over the top, over the top, over the top. But look at how fucking sick this Marino looks, bro. Look how sick this Steve Young looks. Look at this Rodgers, this Andrew Luck. It's so clean, it's so sexy.
And the new promos allowed for more diverse team building.
Oh yeah.
Now, I personally didn't play this Madden Mobile, but from what I heard from my friends in the community that did play it was that it was one of the best Madden mobiles of all time. But it's EA we're talking about here, so of course it's going to have its flaws. It costed coins to use plays in game. The physics and animations were shaky.
Yeah, they hadn't
and there
figured
didn't
out their
seem to be a ton of
microtransactions
promos throughout
yet,
the year.
that's for sure.
Plus, the card art was lackluster. Madden Mobile 25 laid out the blueprint that the next few Madden mobiles would greatly build upon.
It really was.
Which would lead to some of the best mobile gaming experiences of all time.
We're coming up on the
opinion.
Richard Sherman, Madden Mobile 15. One of the greatest fucking games of all time. The Golden Age.
August 26th, 2014. A day that changed history. Sort of. One of my favorite mobile games of all time, Madden Mobile 15, was released. This game was the start of something amazing, and it was just everywhere. It had a whole generation of kids hooked. If you asked
Facts.
anyone who played Madden Mobile 15 what their favorite part of the game was, 9 times out of 10 they would either say the packs or the auction house. The feeling of opening a
Tim
pack with your
Fugger!
last...
I just saw Tim Fugger! I just saw Tim Fugger!
This game was the start of something amazing. 9 times out of 10 they would either say the packs or the...
My GOAT! My GOAT, Tim Fugger. The GOAT, bro. Get rookie DeAndre Hopkins as a 69 overall. Dez Bryant, back when they did Football Outsiders, 96 overall. That Dez was a pretty nasty card.
The auction house.
This was the Ultimate Legend Bo Jackson. Such a sick card. Also, wicked fucking snipe, dude. This guy picked up Bo for 150. Wicked.
The feeling of opening a pack with your last 7,500 coins
Seeing
and
that
actually
update
getting
team?
an elite was
Seeing that
unmatched.
update team?
The auction house was probably one of the most fun aspects of Madden Mobile 15. Whether you were trying to snipe or just opening packs and hoping for the best, there was something for you.
But he's got
I remember
128
times I would go on the auction house just to look at all those cool cards I couldn't afford and wonder, how do people have that many coins? I mean, seeing
'Cause we're
cards
built
get
like that.
sold for 99 million was just insane to me.
Yep.
The sets in this game were really underrated. There was such a variety of
They were
sets
so
that you'd
good,
never
bro.
get bored. You'd always have something to grind for. If you felt like gambling, get enough trophies and then do the Football Outsiders Team of the Week or large quick sell sets.
True! You guys want to hear a fun story? I'm going to tell you a little fun story. A story that I never told because back in the day I used to sell coins. You see this large quick sell pack right here? So back in the day when we had jailbroken all of our iPhones to run bot scripts on Madden Mobile, which is what I used to do for a few years to sell coins, you basically would just write this little bot script that would snipe in the auction house all day long. So you'd set it to a filter that has super good players for dirt cheap. And then when I'd go to high school, like I'd go to school, I'd run all the bots while I was at school. Then I'd get home, collect all the players, sell them for their actual value, have a shit ton of coins, right? Well, we also found a completely game-breaking glitch with every single set in the game. So you see this set here in the top right, it says set progress 10 out of 10. We figured out that if you input 1 gold trophy and 1 silver trophy, but kept the others empty, you could go into the game's code on a jailbroken iPhone or like a semi-broken Android, and you could alter the numbers. So what the game data would say is it would say 1 of 4 gold and it would say 1 of 6 silver, and you could change that number to 4 of 4 gold and 6 of 6 silver, and it would let you complete the set without actually inputting all 10 trophies. So all you needed was 1 gold trophy and 1 silver trophy, and you could complete virtually any set in the game. I remember because I learned about this glitch at midnight, and I knew that at 8 in the morning, the devs were gonna wake up, learn that there was a glitch, and fix it. So we had 8 hours to do the glitch. So from midnight till 8 in the morning, I ran this glitch all day long, and then that same day, I had a high school football game, and I played really fucking well.
Like I said earlier, this game had something to grind for all the time. I remember in 7th grade waking up at 6 a.m. to check the new live events for the day and always grinding those domination ones to get that 99 Richard Sherman.
I miss like the
With
plus
the
5
addition of live
awareness,
events like
plus...
Game Changer,
Yeah, dude,
Road
I
to the
miss these
Range, and so many-
cards. I miss the cards like this, the Game Changers. I really wish they'd bring this back in current Madden. Plus 2 tackle to your whole team, but minus 1 speed to your whole team. This is a shitty example. You'd never use this, but it was fun.
Anymore, it allowed the user so much more variety in what they could do with their time. I believe that Madden Mobile 15 had some of the best promos of all time. I mean, the content that we got throughout the year was just amazing. And I loved those promos that gave you a pack like the Cornucopia or Snowman set
Cornucopia!
instead of a guaranteed card. Having to hope you get the
Cornucopia
Bo Jackson
fucked.
instead of the Jack Lambert made it so much more fun. I could sit here and talk all day about Madden Mobile 15 promos, but just know it was an amazing year filled with some of the most fun
that
packs
Amon
you could ask
Green
for.
and the
This
Cornucopia.
game also had some of the rarest promo cards of all time. I mean, BCA, Most Feared, NFL Top 10, those...
Y'all do not understand how expensive Mike Iupati breast cancer awareness was. Okay, let me break this down for you if you didn't understand. The maximum amount of coins that it would cost to buy a player is 99,999,000 coins. That's the max you could put on for the auction house for. Mike Iupati, breast cancer awareness, 94 overall offensive guard, was selling consistently for 250 million. Ask yourself, how is that possible? How does Mike Iupati sell for 250 million? Because there's only like 5 dudes in the entire community who have him. So we would be talking on like Kick or Instagram DMs, and if you knew somebody who had him, you had to offer them 150 mil on top of the max coin stack. So what you would do is you'd give him 150 mil from buying bronze players, and then he would post Mike Iupati for you, and you'd have to buy him. And frankly, if someone else knew that he was posting that Mike Iupati, they could snipe it from you. Same with this Patrick Willis, same with this Adrian Peterson.
all had some of the rarest cards of
They're
all
so
time.
fucking rare.
I remember there being a Mike Iupati card that was only known to be on one team. I mean, think about it.
Yep.
The game probably had millions upon millions of players, and only one person had this card. Do you know how insane that sounds? Now, Madden Mobile 15 started off as just a team build.
Oh, doesn't it just get you horny just looking at these? This was, they did a promo back then that was like position something. It was like the best players at each position. So it was like a Julio Jones, a Des Bryant, a Russell Wilson, Le'Veon Bell. Oh, they looked so sick. Look at that card art.
With a little bit of head-to-head thrown in there if you'd like. Now, something I really enjoyed about this game was that you didn't need an amazing team to compete. There were so many budget options that were staples in the community.
Yeah,
like
Dree Archer, bro.
You could build your team.
This is like 100% to me. This is where when they moved away from this is when they fully moved towards the monetization, the microtransactions, because frankly, it makes no fucking sense. This makes sense. What we have now doesn't make sense. Let me explain. Dree Archer. Was Dree Archer an excellent NFL player? No. Was Dree Archer fast as shit? Absolutely. So they got it right here. His catching isn't great. His ball carrier vision isn't great. His trucking's not great. His awareness isn't great. Yeah, because he's not a great NFL back. But is he fast as fuck? Hell yeah, he is. In Madden nowadays, if I go load into Ultimate Team and I put Tyreek Hill on my team, he's got like 86 speed. What? It's Tyreek fucking Hill. He should have 99 speed always. They use this as a way to suck you in and play Ultimate Team and keep buying more packs, more players, because you always got to update. And they have no more budget beasts like this, man. I miss Dree Archer. This shit was so much fun. It's a bummer, man.
You could build your team in any way.
It's a bummer they went away from it.
It really didn't matter. Being able to beat a 99 overall team with a budget squad was so fun, and I think it's something that's really missing from the newer games. Now, later on in the year, EA introduced something that would completely change the game. League versus League. I remember watching the initial live stream when they first announced it, and boy was the community excited.
Yeah,
it wasn't super polished at release, but it allowed the game to have a sense of community, and now you were able to play with your friends and try to grind the leaderboards. Now, it wouldn't be a Madden Mobile video if we didn't talk about the glitches. One of the best parts about this game was all the glitches that it had. I mean, the game was filled with them everywhere. Madden Mobile's most iconic glitch of them all had to be the coin glitch. This glitch had people getting billions of coins and turned the game's economy upside down. I mean, the rarest cards in the game would get sold for 99 million coins instantly.
I wonder if he's going to explain the glitch.
Cases, the super rare ones would get sold for over 400 million through Instagram deals. I want to be
through Instagram deals. He knows.
Fair to the other games, so I'm not just going to sit here and list off the great things about Madden Mobile 15 without talking about some of the downsides, such as cards being locked behind insanely expensive bundles. I mean, those signature series and flashback cards were locked behind 10,000 Madden cash bundles. Who was going to pay $100 to open that bundle?
Me.
Not me. The gameplay was pretty mid. There was no scramble button.
Gameplay was definitely mid.
Sneak was OP.
People always talk about Madden Mobile like it's the greatest game of all time. I do think so. It had nothing to do with gameplay.
Especially in sets. You remember having to scroll all the way through all your trophies to get to your gold trophies when you're trying to...
Holy shit, dude. I about got carpal tunnel trying to finish the set for Cam Chancellor.
...do a large quick sell or something. Oh my god. How much time would we have saved with an autofill button back then? Anyway. The overall quality of life wasn't great. The gameplay wasn't all that much fun.
Quality of life was dog shit in that game.
The game was pretty buggy at times,
You
and
had
a lot
to want
of
it
the cool
bad.
promos that Madden console got, like golden tickets, did not come to mobile. Before we move on to Madden Mobile 16, I want to talk about the Instagram community. This is when the Madden Mobile Instagram community really started to become a thing. It was pretty small at first, but throughout the year, I remember accounts growing to thousands of followers. I believe that the Instagram community was something that really helped Madden Mobile grow to new heights, and during this time on Instagram, the most
Madden Mobile gods!
Snipes, custom card art, and give or snipe aways. Now, if you played Madden
Mobile
you
gods!
know what botting is. Botting's origins date back all the way to Madden Mobile 15, and I remember how frowned upon it was by the community. Botting and coin selling were issues that would lead to the eventual removal of the auction house, which completely ruined the game.
It's really funny too because I honestly was such a piece of shit. I used to pretend like I wasn't botting for years. I was botting the entire time. It was so frowned upon to be botting, and yet every single one of us was botting. But none of us wanted to admit it to each other. I remember those days.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
That's why he's the GOAT! Madden Mobile 16, so fucking good. I love
Often
this
regarded
game.
as the greatest Madden Mobile ever, Madden Mobile 16 was EA's magnum opus. This game came out when
Magnum
EA was at its peak
opus.
for mobile gaming. This game was basically Madden Mobile 15, but better. They revamped
Mobile
the card
15 on
art, added
crack.
a few new promos, made improvements to the gameplay, and improved the overall quality of life, to an extent. This game was still as glitchy as ever, and it didn't take long for the auction house to glitch and for millions of coins to flood the market. Madden Mobile is a game that relies on good promos to keep the players engaged. And Madden Mobile 16 had some of the uniquest promos in Madden Mobile history, and I'm going to talk about some of the most unique ones throughout the year.
So good. I did not like the League
This
versus
Madden Mobile
League
added
players.
League versus League cards. These were all 99 overall cards.
Although
that
that
gave you
Emmitt
boost
Smith
to
was
your
essential
awareness.
to getting the
League
highest
versus League
overall
allowed
team in
for
the game.
leagues to grind for some of the best cards
you
in the
needed a
game
+2
together.
awareness.
The grind for the 99 Rice, Emmett, and Hester was unreal. And believe it or not, I was
And
in
the
one of the
Hester.
first leagues to get those cards.
Ooh,
Now, it was such
sweater?
a grind, but it actually made playing the game worth it. With those difficult challenges of passing for 1,000,000 yards, rushing for 750,000, and winning 2,500 season games. The grind for these League versus League cards
People
made
take that
Madden
shit
Mobile
so
that much
serious.
more competitive. I mean, I remember how many people in the community were talking about these cards when they first got added. And this made it so that many leagues competed to see who would be the first to get them.
You always
Now,
wanted the
before
awareness
this,
boost.
Madden
'cause
Mobile
it
wasn't super competitive.
really
Sure, the
upgrades your
League versus
overall.
League leaderboards were fun to
That's all
grind,
people
but
gave
there
a shit
wasn't
about Madden
anything to
Mobile.
compete for. The addition of these cards made so many more leagues become competitive, which added so much more to just a card collecting game. Now, those League versus League cards didn't stop with the 99s. This game had so many unique and interesting other League versus League cards that were great at the start of the game.
Oh, the Gronk
Now, a reoccurring
Master,
theme in Madden
the
Mobile was that the
OBJ
cover
Master.
athlete would get a 99 overall master card.
My first ever video in like my career that did really, really well was the 99 OBJ Domination MasterCard.
But it was always an insane grind to get. Now, in
And
Madden
it
Mobile
was an
15,
insane fucking
this was
grind.
Richard Sherman.
And for the record, this is well before I had like employees or people that worked with me or anything. I grinded every fucking day so fucking long to be the first YouTuber to get that OBJ. I can't even express how much time I spent on this shit. I've never in my life spent so much time on something. I would wake up at 5 a.m. so that I had 2.5 hours to play Madden Mobile before school started. And then I'd play all during high school. And then I would play before football practice and after football practice until I went to bed. And then I'd wake up at 5 a.m. again to play more Madden Mobile. By the way, I'm not flexing. That's called addiction. 100% full-blown addicted to this game. It's not, I'm not saying I was driven or like David fucking Goggins. I was just obsessed with this game. Addicted.
Because it was a 99 overall, but more importantly, it gave a +5 awareness boost to the
Yep.
whole team, which was the best stat to boost if you wanted to get an insane overall team. Now, that +5 awareness boost sounds great on paper, but the grind to get him was insanely tedious due to it being purely luck-based. I mean, having to beat the domination live
remember that.
events were hard enough, but then having to hope you would get the right collectible, yeah, good luck on that one.
Yeah, they had no
I mean, it made it
RNG
such a frustrating grind,
manipulation.
and that's something they thankfully changed for Madden Mobile 16.
For the
I mean, the
51.
OBJ MasterCard was just amazing. The card art was beautiful, plus it gave both +5 awareness and catching, and the grind to get it was actually pretty fun. Instead of just having to hope that you would get the right collectible from a live event, now you actually had to complete achievements in different aspects of the game. I mean, this grind had you winning 10 Super Bowls, completing hundreds of live events, sets, and then also winning enough League versus League matches made it so that getting this card had you
It took
experience
so
all the
long.
different aspects this
That
game had to
Season
offer.
Master
And
pissed
even
me off
though it
more
was
than
pretty
anything.
difficult,
It was
wasn't
so boring.
anywhere as annoying of a grind as the Madden Mobile 15 Richard Sherman was. I mean, this OBJ card was one of the most fun cards to play with and one of the best cards throughout the whole year. Something that the new Madden Mobile misses is the grind. I mean, the grind in these games was actually fun and it felt rewarding. Nowadays, you just auto-complete sets, auto-complete live events, and you just go on with your day.
Look,
I mean,
look how they butchered my boy. I don't get it. How can you, as EA, see how successful 15 and 16 were and still pump out this dumbass shit year after year? Look at the fucking overall on this team. 3,061. Am I washed up unk status? Are there actual 7-year-olds who really enjoy this game? You know what's funny about me recording this right now? I'm playing old school RuneScape. You want to hear a fun story about old school RuneScape? Now, you guys might remember the game RuneScape. Super simple point and click game. Well, RuneScape back in about 2016, Jagex, who made the game, wanted to stay up with the times. So they started to update the game. They updated the graphics, they updated the items, they tried to follow the same trends that every other game followed. And after a few years, they lost a significant portion of their player base. People were saying, why the fuck did you change it? We loved this game how it was. Why are you adding all this shit we didn't ask for? The players bitched so much that Jagex decided to reopen old school RuneScape as it used to be. Took the old files of that old game they used to have and they restarted it. And guess what? Today, right now, as I'm speaking, the #1 most played MMORPG in the world is old school RuneScape. Does that remind you of any game? It reminds me of Madden Mobile. EA, I know you have the framework. I know you have the database for Madden Mobile 15 and for Madden Mobile 16. It's so easy. That is archaic as PS2 code. You could easily drop that game again. And I tell you what, I think you would get so many more players and so much more revenue than whatever you're getting right now on the dog shit excuse of Madden Mobile that we have today. If you just dropped Madden Mobile 15 as it was, ran through every single promo again as it was. I'm serious. Open up the auction house. Let us bot. Who gives a fuck? Let us snipe. Let us do whatever we want. That's all I'm saying. Clearly it worked with old school RuneScape. I'm playing it right now.
Being able to autoplay live events is nice, but there's no incentive to actually play the game anymore.
Black Friday!
Thanksgiving and Madden Mobile was always a huge
Oh
promo,
my god,
but I
Thanksgiving
think
and
that
Black Friday got me
was
horny
always
as
the better
fuck.
of the two. I mean,
so
this
good.
promo always added so many fun, limited time sets and
Yes,
players that always made the
bro.
game come alive during
It's the
all
best.
hours of the night.
The
People were
best.
staying up all night since this promo had sets refreshing all throughout the night. You'd never know what the next set would be, and that's something that made this promo so great. I mean, Black Friday was always one of the best promos of the year because of how unique it was and how much
I
variety
used
it
to
provided.
just stack
Not knowing
every
what
Black
could be
Friday
next,
pack
what the next pack
on my
might be,
unopened,
what the
and
next
then
set
have the
might be, was
sickest
something that
pack
made this
opening.
promo so much fun. Since it was the 50th Super Bowl, EA went all out for the Super Bowl legends during
Yeah,
Madden
these
Mobile
cards were
16.
iconic too.
I mean, I remember how insane all the cards were for this promo, with the Super Bowl legends having some of the coolest card art in Madden Mobile history. I mean, that gold and gray color
Oh,
scheme just
that
made them
Atwater.
look so beautiful.
That
Plus, when
Atwater!
these cards released, they were some of the highest
Come
overalls
on!
in the game.
It's like EA. To some degree, you gotta see simplicity is the way to go. These cards are just squares, red on the bottom. They look sick. Hold up, can we just let's look at this iconic Madden Mobile Steve Atwater right here, right? We can all see this. That's an iconic ass photo. He looks so clean, it looks so sick. Let's compare this. Hilariously, the jokes kind of write themselves. I'm not even cherry picking. This is the most recent card that was put into Madden 25. Okay, it's kind of sick. I don't know, everybody likes their own thing. But they're always trying to do too much. What the fuck is this? Just give me the classic OG shit. Look at that. What is this? Let me actually cherry pick, because I'm not cherry picking right now. All right, now I'm cherry picking because this card it looks particularly dog shit. But I mean, what the fuck? What the fuck are we doing? You got this 9 years ago, and now we got this? Oh, it hurts, man.
Also gave a +1 boost to your whole team. And if you don't know, that was huge back in the day. Those boosts made it so that people could have insane overall teams.
The biggest flex was what overall is your team?
Now,
100%
Madden Mobile 16 was the first to include a lot of promos for Madden Ultimate Team, with golden tickets being one of them. And these were some of the most insane cards in the whole game. I mean, these cards were juiced with 100+ stats everywhere and had some of the best card art in the whole game. The whole community loved golden tickets, and I remember opening so many pro packs just hoping to pull one, even though I never did.
They were
Even
so
though
hard to
golden
pull,
tickets
though.
were so loved, I personally
They were
believe that they
so
also could
rare.
have been a factor in the game turning into what it is now, with the 400+ overall cards. I think that since these insanely juiced cards like golden tickets were so popular in the community, it gave EA the idea that people liked insane stats and wanted.
I just love the way they used to do it. 99 golden ticket Deion Sanders, 100 speed. That makes sense to me. He's one of the best corners of all time. He's fast as shit. Let's give him 100 speed. Let's give him 103 man coverage, 101 zone. But let's keep it real, right? 48 strength. That's what it should be. Deion Sanders couldn't tackle for shit. 79 pursuit, 80 tackle. Okay, I like that. Golden tickets nowadays just have 99 in every stat. That's it. It's just a blanket 99 in every stat. Oh man. 103 hit power Sean Taylor, but his catching still isn't that great, you know? Herman Moore with 102 excel, but his trucking still not that
was
great.
so popular in the community. It gave EA the idea that people liked insane stats and wanted to see cards that got over 400 overall.
Yeah, dude, doesn't this UI look shittier than what Madden Mobile 16 was? This is Madden Mobile today that we're looking at right here. That looks shittier. No? I don't know though. Listen, when I first got into Madden Mobile, I was in 7th grade. So I can't go back and say what I would think when I was 13, but I could look at that right now and say that's fucking stupid.
What killed the game more? The auction house being removed or the overalls being inflated to 400+?
I can tell you right now, it was the auction house being removed. The auction house is the lifeblood of these games. It is the heart and the soul of these games. Taking out the auction house was the stupidest thing EA has ever done. The 400 overall bullshit is just icing on the cake. Once EA took out the auction house, they ruined their game. After they ruined their game, they're scrambling to figure out why their game isn't performing as well. I can tell you right now, you fucking ruined it by taking out the auction house. So then they're like, oh, how can we revive the game without bringing the auction house back? Well, now they're pulling every stupid ass jester trick out of a hat to try to re-engage the audience. Oh, 500 overall Michael Vick. Bring the auction house back. It ain't rocket science. Yeah.
Now, I want to talk about how we got some glimpses of how
it
EA
is so
would
sad
ruin the
that I
game.
am more passionate about
Now,
this
these
than many
old
things
Madden
in my
Mobiles,
life.
granted that they were amazing games and were so fun to play, they did have their problems, and also EA was showing signs of how they would eventually kill their
Yeah,
game.
they were.
First, glitches were always some of the most fun
Yeah, they
aspects of
were.
Madden Mobile. And once EA started to get serious about stopping glitches, it took some of the fun out. I mean, I remember in Madden Mobile 16, there was an auction house glitch where everything would get sold for 99
I know that guy!
million coins, and EA was so quick to revert this and
I
take
know
away
that guy!
everybody's coins, everybody's cards. Granted, some people made out with millions from it because they figured out a way to keep their coins.
Yeah, so here's what they do. And you know what's funny that I'm talking about old school RuneScape a lot. They do this in old school RuneScape too. Video games, all of them, operate on a literal fixed timeline. And if developers ever fuck up real bad, they can do what's called a rollback. And it'll roll back your account to how it used to look. Think about it like this. This is 8 a.m. in the morning, and this is 8 p.m. at night. At 8 a.m. in the morning, you've got 100,000 coins on your account. Over the course of the next 12 hours, a game-breaking glitch occurs, right? So now we're at 1 p.m. You claim 500 billion coins onto your account, and by 8 p.m., you've got 5 trillion. The developers can roll the game back to how everybody's accounts looked at 8 a.m. in the morning. Now, it's a really cool feature, but it fucks a lot of people over. For example, let's pretend you gave your friend 100 real-life dollars for 100 million Madden Mobile coins. Well, you're out your physical $100, but your buddy just got rolled back his 100 mil again. I got scammed like that once. And the only time in my life I ever scammed somebody, that same kid who scammed me, he came to me 2 years later under a different Instagram account trying to buy coins. I figured out it was him. I scammed the fuck out of him, and I told him to eat shit. I remember that. Oh, it felt so good. It took me 2 years, but I got my revenge on that kid. If you see this, fuck you.
But overall, EA being a lot stricter on glitches just took out a lot of the fun that the game had. They also included a lot more NAT cards, which are non-auctionable. And I remember during Most
when they
Feared, they
first
gave out
started
a
doing
free
NAT.
gold card to everybody that was auctionable at first. But after people were selling it, they changed it to NAT, which showed how EA could do whatever they wanted and had the power to completely ruin this
I
game.
miss Most Feared too. Most Feared used to be really, really good. I think
People
they
weren't playing
really
Madden Mobile because
butchered
they
it.
enjoyed the gameplay.
in the
They were
recent
playing
years.
because they enjoyed collecting cool and rare
It's a
cards
sick
to show
Chiefs
off
team,
to their
dude.
friends.
It's a
I
sick
mean,
team.
Madden Mobile is at its best when it doesn't take itself seriously and embraces that, which is exactly what they did this year.
Very well
They had
put.
so many fun and unique promos, superlatives, league versus league card, golden tickets, road to the playoff signatures, all rookie, and more that I'm probably forgetting about, honestly. The truth is, Madden Mobile 15 and 16 had this magic to them that future iterations would just fail to capture.
This magic, baby. Final review. Give it to him, Walt.
Someone cooked here.
Part 4, the
Madden
slow
17 and
decline.
18 were all right games. It's just tough to live up to the massive expectations set by 15 and 16. These games were pretty hated on by the community at the time. Everybody was begging for Madden Mobile 15 and 16 back during these games, and I believe that this was the beginning of the downfall. Looking back at it with what we know now, these games are 1,000 times better than the new slop EA is putting out yearly. The direction that
True.
EA took with these games showed that they
Yeah,
really
I was
didn't know what
bitching
they
about
were
Madden
doing.
18,
They
but
weren't listening to the
Madden Mobile
community
18, but
at all,
I'd
and I
take it
mean,
over what they got
are
any
you
day.
surprised? Now, Madden Mobile 17 was a solid game, but to me it wasn't anything special. This game did have a lot of bright spots, such as the Easter, Draft, and Pro Bowl promos. But those
Easter
alone
was
didn't carry
sick.
the game, as it fell short in a lot of different places. The gameplay was pretty bad like normal, and overall, the experience throughout the year was just not great. But like I said earlier, the community were not really fans of this game, which is the case for a lot of Madden Mobiles if we're being honest. It felt like at the time EA wasn't really trying to innovate the game. I mean, they added the scramble button in a tournament mode, I think, but other than that, they didn't add anything.
That really is all they did.
A lot of the promos
They
throughout
really
the year
just-
felt like they were just copy and pasted. So many
They
cards
just
were
put a
not
scramble button in
optionable.
there.
The M series was
Forgot
a cool
about that.
concept, but it was horribly executed. And overall, the whole Madden Mobile community was just starting to slowly die down at this time.
Let's be realistic here. We all had nostalgia from Madden Mobile 15 and 16. The game itself, like, you can only be addicted to a game for so long, right? So I feel like with Madden Mobile 15 and 16, like, 17 was very similar. It didn't innovate. It didn't change change, and people were already, you know, with such a basic mobile game that people were already kind of getting drowned out. So I'm not gonna pretend like Madden Mobile 17 like ruined everything. I think people were just a little bored of the game. Understandably, it's pretty basic.
I'm not saying that this game wasn't fun or anything. They just weren't amazing. I know if we look back on these games, knowing what Madden Mobile has become, it'll make us think that they were better than they were.
Facts.
But I was still an active member in the Madden Mobile community at this time, and this game was not well received at all. Everybody was clamoring for Madden Mobile 16 back, and rightfully so. That was the GOAT game.
It was the GOAT game, bruh. These fucking memes, dude. This is such a well-edited video. This is such a well-made video.
Took some risk with Madden Mobile 18, adding new game modes like Draft Champions and Weekend Tournaments, only to never implement them again.
Yeah, that was crazy. They dropped to Draft Champions and then just fully gave up on it.
Some of the most fun I had in Madden Mobile ever. This game had a really solid start to the year, but by New Year's, the overalls were getting out of hand. And
yeah, this is right when they started doing that bullshit.
Started to go downhill with all the training, in my opinion. Now, I want to talk about EA finally attempting to combat coin selling and doing it in the worst way possible. You see, instead of actually working and attempting to fight botting and coin selling, you want to know what EA did instead? Made a bot control the whole thing. Yep. Just got rid of the player-controlled auction house, which was a huge part of the game. This ruined it for so many people, myself included. Now, this made it so you could only sell cards for what EA thought they were worth, and it ruined sniping. They also randomly added a cap on the amount of packs you could open daily. I mean, what? Did they not want people to play their game? Did they think people
it actually
Madden
pisses me off
because it was
thinking about
Madden
this.
on your phone? They didn't. They played it because they liked football.
You're so tone deaf as EA to take the auction house out. It's the same thing I said about 2K a while back when they took the auction house out. You gotta understand something. This is a mobile game. The gameplay is dog shit. Everybody knows that. Nobody's playing Madden Mobile because they think it's immersive gameplay. It's a card collecting game. How the fuck do you take the auction house out of a card collecting game? How do you take packs out of a card collecting game? Oh my god.
We didn't know it at the time, but a lot of these decisions that seemed crazy was just EA's way of getting us prepared for what they were going to do in the future.
Yeah, EA was sweetening us up for them making this game utter dog shit.
You're just ruining it. You're
ruining it.
You're ruining it.
Oh, Madden Overdrive. This is when it was fully
Madden
fucking
Mobile's
cooked.
true fall off started over 5 years ago with the introduction of Madden Overdrive. This was the beginning of the end, the true downfall of Madden Mobile. This game completely flipped what the Madden Mobile franchise was. I mean, this game was just...
I never understood why they changed the name either. Like, did they really think that, like, changing the name was gonna, like, spice up the game? You need the auction house, dummies.
Downright awful. The gameplay was absolutely terrible, and the game modes were even worse. Overdrive was just a steaming hot pile of garbage.
Yeah, it was
and
so
I mean,
shit.
Since EA is, well, EA, they decided to go full 1984 on us and take control over the whole auction house. Cards had a set range that they would sell for, and unless EA said otherwise, you couldn't do anything about it. That was the true dagger to the heart of Madden.
I can't even, like, look
I mean,
at this,
the
like,
auction house being
screen without
removed
getting
was
pissed off.
responsible for so many people quitting this game. It was a core feature that everybody loved, and for them just to take it away made no sense to me. No more snipe flipping, nothing.
By the way, for the record, remember how I was bitching all last year about 2K removing the auction house? They brought it back. They brought the auction house back. That shit is crazy. I said in my video, I said if 2K's smart, they're gonna realize how stupid this fucking decision was and they'll bring it back, and they did. I cannot say the same for EA. I cannot say the same for EA and Madden Mobile. Let's be clear, because EA never took the auction house out of Madden Ultimate Team, which is a good thing.
This combined with the fact that there was nothing appealing about Overdrive at all.
Ironically, it was the Antonio Brown Madden
This
Mobile that
honestly
was
might
the
be
true
most
death
hated
of the
Madden
game.
Mobile of all time. It was just downright awful. EA also introduced Power, which basically made it impossible
Team
for anyone to
Power.
run a budget squad and just
So
made it easier for whales to get even
stupid.
more of an advantage.
So
the only
stupid.
redeeming qualities about this game was the UI and graphical.
Yeah, let's be really clear. Here's what happens. This is basically the life cycle of every mobile game. And he kind of talks about it here when he says whales. Hold up.
They also introduced Power, which basically made it impossible for anyone to run a budget squad and just made it easier for whales to get even more of an advantage.
Okay, what is a whale in a mobile game? A whale is somebody who spends every last fucking dollar to get literally the best team possible and beat other people head-to-head online because of that. Now, what made Madden Mobile great in 15 and 16? The fact that whales and budget players alike could legitimately compete. I could win with Dree Archer against the best team in the game. What EA has done, intentionally, they've moved away from a fun gameplay experience for all, and they've catered to the whales because whales, I mean, we're talking about literal million billionaires who are just degenerate addicts and don't care and will actually spend hundreds, I'm not kidding, hundreds of thousands of dollars. I play these games like Madden console, college, ultimate team shit. I play it for a living and I still don't even come close to what a legitimate whale spends on these games. If you want like the real tea, I'm gonna give you the real tea. You guys know Raid Shadow Legends, right? Every fucking YouTuber and their mother has promoted Raid Shadow Legends, including myself. 4 years ago, I went to their headquarters in Ukraine to shoot footage with them and explained to me how important whales were to their game. They're talking about guys who would spend like actual millions of dollars on Raid Shadow Legends every single year. Every mobile game developer in the world, EA included, realized you could have 1 million people who love the game and spend no money on it. Or you could have all those 1 million people hate the fucking game, but there's 5 whales who will each spend $1 million. Isn't that gross? It is such a sad, like, analogy of capitalism. And let me be clear, I'm not being political. I love the free market. I love America. But this is like the nightmare scenario for capitalism, where everybody's favorite game turns to dog shit because EA knows they have 10 fucking suckers who will spend actual millions on the game. And that's exactly what team power is. That's the reason this stupid shit was implemented.
The only redeeming qualities about this game was the UI and graphical improvements. That's it.
Yeah, those cards look pretty nasty, though.
downright
I ain't even gonna lie.
atrocious.
Part 5, the fall
Madden
off.
Mobile 20 was an improvement over Overdrive, but I mean, how hard was that? All they had to do was be better than a steaming hot pile of trash.
Yeah, right? Like, this is such a funny thing. Like, Madden Mobile 20 was better than Overdrive because they regressed so hard. They tried out Overdrive, realized it was dog shit, went back to the original format of Madden Mobile, and then it's like, am I supposed to be happy that it's better? You made your shit worse, and then you went back up to where you were.
And it still wasn't great. They added back season modes, which they took away in Overdrive, which
Why would
made
you
no
ever
sense to
take...
me.
Yeah, right?
They also
Like,
changed the card borders this year, and it doesn't really...
this looks like shit. I've never understood it. You know the classic, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it? These card arts were sick. They look clean and gorgeous. People loved them. I mean, you could enhance it. Whose idea was all this bullshit? Whose idea was all this shit? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
replicate the old Madden Mobile feeling, which shows how much the game's changed over the years. I mean, overall, Madden Mobile 20 felt like a step in the right direction. The auction house was still bot controlled, but it wasn't as bad as Overdrive. Now, this game started off the year really good, and it wasn't until the introduction of Madden Max when this game started to get really bad. Now, if you don't know what Madden Max is, Madden Max made it so every new player in promos was a 105 overall and had 99 stats all across the board.
So stupid.
Yep, linemen had 99 speed, receivers had 99 strength, you name it, they had it. It was stupid.
It was
This
stupid.
completely ruined the game for myself and made basically every single non-Madden Max card irrelevant.
And it
Overall,
also made
Madden Mobile
every
20
card
was
the
best
same.
game in a
There
while
was
for
no
EA, but it would
differentiating
continue to
factor
go
in any
downhill
player.
after. Madden Mobile 21. Man, what an awful game. This was the most pay-to-win Madden Mobile in history with the introduction of field passes, which is basically a battle pass, but for Madden
Oh
Mobile.
my God, you know who we can blame for this bullshit? We can blame Fortnite. Fuck you, Fortnite. Fortnite came out with their fucking battle pass, and every 6-year-old and their mother wanted a fucking battle pass. In every game, there's a field pass in Madden now. It fucking sucks. Have you guys ever played with the field pass on Madden Ultimate Team or College Ultimate Team? It is the laggiest, clunkiest, archaic piece of shit ever. I swear to God, you rush for 100 yards in a game, and when the game ends, you've got an 18-second loading screen while they try to populate your rewards from the 4 different fucking battle passes. Fuck you, Fortnite! God damn it, not everybody needs a battle pass. Fuck!
Nothing good in the sets at all. League versus League.
Call
had
of Duty's
nothing
got a
new in it
battle
for, like,
pass.
the
Battle pass
8th
my
year in a
nuts in
row.
your mouth.
I mean, this game was just awful. I mean, at least this game still had the bot controlled auction house.
I don't get it. Madden Mobile 21 is 6 years after Madden Mobile 15, and these cards look objectively shittier. How did our UI get worse? How do players look worse? This looks like shit.
House, which I guess was a good thing, but an issue with this is that it makes any card that's not one of the best in the game obsolete. Back in the early days of
Like,
Madden
look
Mobile,
at
there
how,
was
I get it. Nostalgia's whooping my ass. But like, look at how clean this is. And nobody
silver
had an
and
issue
gold
with
cards
it.
that
Why
would
are
sell
you
for a
spending
lot
money and time and
because of
effort
the
to
sets
change
they
it?
were in. This made opening packs so much more fun because you didn't just need to pull in 99 overall to be able to make coins. You could pull in 84 or whatever. I mean,
Yeah,
I could just go on and on about how bad this
I
game
miss
was.
having
It
Budget
was
Beast.
practically
Budget
a worse
Beast is
version
like
Madden
a
Mobile
thought of
20,
the
but
past.
more pay to win.
In every
This game
game.
had nothing memorable in it at all.
Every
Back
Madden,
in
every
the old Madden
college.
Mobiles, there were at least 3 to 4 iconic promos that you couldn't forget. I couldn't
BCA.
even tell you one card from this game. One.
I couldn't tell you
Now,
one
I
card from
will
that
give
game either.
EA some credit here and say that the card art was pretty great this year, but that's it. This game had no other redeeming qualities about it, and it shows how much lazier EA has gotten over the years. Now, this would be the part of the video where I go into Madden Mobile 22 and talk about that by itself, but these last 3 Madden Mobiles were so bad, so copy-paste, that I just made them into one section. I mean, I'm not going to waste your time here.
Thank you.
These games were so bad that they don't deserve to be discussed individually. Now, Madden Mobile 22 is when EA decided to make a whole new app because they wanted to reset everyone's Madden cash. No, I'm serious. Due to the introduction of those new field passes, players were keeping their Madden cash from year to year. So EA being EA, they decided that they would just reset everyone. A huge issue with these games for me was the introduction of 400 overall players.
Like, what the
Yeah, you
fuck
heard
is
that right.
that? Doesn't EA understand that the 1 to 99 is so linear, it's so incredibly easy for everyone to understand? And for rare scenarios, a little bit over 99 is really cool, like 100 speed, 101 hit power. 4 fucking 100? It's almost like a slap in the face. It's almost like EA's looking at us and going, you stupid fucking idiot, you'll buy anything we make. Ironically, that usually works for them, but I think the Madden Mobile community really put their foot down and said, you guys fucking suck. We are not playing this game.
Opinion, this was done in an attempt to keep the whales that funded the game happy.
Yeah, the
Because it
whales,
let them
baby.
be the highest overall.
It's
at
all
any
about the
given time.
whales.
You would never be able to
It's
catch
all
up to
about
them.
the whales. I mean, honestly, guys, when we talk about like the golden age of things like Madden Mobile or Madden Ultimate Team, all this stuff was pre-anti-bot measures, pre-mass coin selling measures, pre-whales. It was pre-whales. And then once all this shit gets introduced, to some extent, it's inevitable. Like, even if EA was the greatest company of all time, they were the most ingenious, innovative, and they knew exactly what they're doing, it's almost still inevitable. The only way it's not inevitable is if a company legitimately did not care about profits, made a game. That's it. Because when a whale walks in and says, I will give you $5 million, it needs to equate to something in my team, though. You're gonna fucking cave if you're a company that has shareholders. So the fact that Madden Mobile over the years continued to cater to whales is not shocking at all. It was inevitable. Companies are made for profit. I get it. It's just a shame. It's an absolute shame.
With Madden Mobile 22 seeing the death of the auction house, EA also decided that they didn't have to put full rosters in the game anymore. And I'm not talking just some undrafted rookie. No, it would be your starters, your whole offensive line. You wanted to build a theme team? Nope. Impossible. You had to wait until they dropped cards for your team. I mean, how hard is it to add a whole team? This was done in Madden Mobile 15, but it can't be done now. It's ridiculous how little EA cares about their game and how much they just care about money. This shows how disconnected from the community EA has been for years and years, and I don't think they'll ever fix this game. I loved Madden Mobile. It was one of my favorite games of all time. And to see what it's become, it's just sickening, honestly. Like, seeing one of your favorite games become a complete money grab, it just...
The other sad thing that we never really talk about with all this stuff, like, it's actually like one person's decision to fuck over the entire game and the entire community. That's what blows. Because I remember in Madden Mobile 15, I got to play Madden Mobile 16 early. I actually worked with EA almost 10 years ago. They let me play Madden Mobile 16 early. I met all the devs for Madden Mobile. They were awesome. They cared about the game. They loved the game. They wanted it to be better. These changes, like Madden Overdrive, removing the auction house, like pack limits, like catering to fucking whales, like battle passes. The devs are not sitting in a room coming up with this stuff. It's one jackass that's 10 rungs higher up in EA who says, hey, couldn't we make significantly more profit if we just fucked over everybody and made it cost, you know, $1 million to have the best team at any given time? Well, yes, we technically can do that, but that's gonna suck for everybody. And then the higher up guy just says, yeah, we don't give a fuck. We got shareholders to please. I don't give a shit if your little mobile game doesn't have an auction house. The people who make these decisions are so disconnected from the game that they genuinely don't care. And that's on purpose. Because if they played the game and they were involved, they wouldn't make that difficult decision. For them, it's an easy decision. Oh, this will make more money? Frankly, it would be like if someone hired me right now to maximize profits for World of Warcraft. I have never once in my life played World of Warcraft, but I could probably tell you 10 ways to maximize profit, and I could probably implement a lot of things in the game that would make Blizzard a lot more money, but it would probably suck for all the users of the game. What do I give a shit? I don't play World of Warcraft. See what I mean? That's how this shit happened. I love to talk shit about EA. It's one of my favorite things in the world, actually. However, the people who have to implement this are the devs, and they're just hired to do what they're told to do. And a lot of times what they're told to do is a shitty decision for the community, and that blows.
Now, EA continued to think that they knew better than their fan base and continued to drive this game into the ground. The games all feel so empty. There's nothing to truly grind for. The pack odds are awful. I mean, you get like a 75 overall player in the pro packs. It's insane.
Yeah, like what the fuck is this? Look at how far we've fallen. You can open a pro pack, which gives you an 114 plus overall and 127 plus overall or 146. What the fuck?
75 overall player in the pro packs. It's insane. All the promos are literally copy and paste where you trade in uncommons for rares, rares for epics, and epics for iconics. I mean, where's the innovation? Where's the fun?
Where's the
These games
trophies,
feel like
man?
a deserted wasteland now, and it's honestly sad to see. This game had such a strong community at its peak, but all EA could care about was maximizing their profits, even if it's at the expense of their own game.
It is really tone deaf though that they like went out of their way to improve the gameplay. I find that so tone deaf. They went so hard, like all these newest Madden mobiles have like better graphics and better this and better that. And it's like, dude, if people want to play a high quality graphic video game, they're gonna sit down and play their fucking Xbox. Nobody's looking for an immersive Madden Mobile gameplay experience. We want to trade the cards. Jesus, how do they not get that? That's the craziest thing to me.
Y'all are trash.
Y'all are trash. True.
Y'all are trash.
Early Madden Mobile was one of the greatest mobile games of all time. I mean, this was a mobile game pulling in millions of dollars, and now they struggle to even hit 10K. I mean, it's sad to see, but it's not surprising because EA's greed has once again ruined something that was once great. Now, I still believe that Madden Mobile has a chance to succeed again, but that's only if they revert back to their roots. I mean, Madden Mobile 15 and 16 were peak, and the community surrounding those games were amazing. There's so many interesting and unique stories from these years, and it's truly a shame that these old games and communities are practically lost media at this point. If you were a part of the Madden Mobile Instagram community, you might remember me better as Chiefs is the Scrub.
This guy as Chiefs is a scrub. Holy shit. I knew I fucking recognized that voice. I knew I recognized his fucking voice. I remember this dude, bro. Chapter 3's got me in it, bro.
I had the opportunity of working with YouTubers such as Madden Mobile God. This
Madden
was before he
Mobile
blew up.
God.
He probably had just maybe 100K. I ended up making him thumbnails. I ended up making him custom cards.
I fucking knew it, bro. Yeah, this guy was a dog, bro. You're a dog. Wow, what a trip down memory lane. If anybody from EA watches this, take a page out of old school RuneScape's book. Just pull up the Madden Mobile 16, whatever. Just drop that shit. Drop Madden Mobile 16 exactly as it was. Dude, you know how archaic and simple that game is? You could run that game on a fucking TI-84, bro. It would bang. All right, boys. Hey, I love you. I hope you enjoyed. This was very fun to make, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.